Hey everyone, if you're trying to decide whether this tiny powerhouse, the GEEKOM A8 Max, is actually worth the splurge, stick around because I'm about to break down exactly who this mini PC is for and whether it's going to make your life easier or just another box on your desk. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the heart of this thing, the AMD Ryzen 9 8945HS. That's a desktop-grade processor stuffed into a mini PC that's about the size of a paperback book. I've been using it for a mix of heavy multitasking, think 20 Chrome tabs, a couple of design apps, and a Zoom call running in the background, and it hasn't even broken a sweat. I've also thrown some light video editing at it with Premiere Rush, and the renders came back faster than my old tower used to handle them. If you're someone who juggles spreadsheets, virtual machines, or even dabbling in AI tools like Stable Diffusion, this chip keeps everything smooth without sounding like a jet engine revving up. Now, the memory and storage setup is where this machine really shines. You get 32 GB of DDR5 RAM right out of the box, which is basically overkill for most people but perfect if you're running multiple virtual machines or pushing creative software to its limits. The 1 TB SSD is also expandable, so if you ever run low, you can pop in another drive without wrestling with tiny screws or hidden compartments. I've filled it up with project files and still have room for a few games, and the read/write speeds are fast enough that you won't be waiting around for files to transfer. One feature that caught me off guard was the dual LAN ports. I set one up for my work network and the other for personal use, and it's been a game changer for keeping my traffic separate without needing two separate machines. It's also great if you're running a home server or a Plex setup because you can dedicate one port to media streaming while the other handles everything else. Plus, the physical level network segregation means your business traffic stays locked down, which is a nice bonus if you're working with sensitive data. For display options, this thing supports up to 8K output through its dual HDMI ports and even has a USB 4 port that can push 40 gigabits per second. I hooked it up to a 4K monitor and a 1440p secondary display, and the image quality was crisp with no lag. If you're into high refresh rate gaming or just want a crystal clear workspace, this mini PC handles it all without breaking a sweat. And despite all that power, it stays surprisingly quiet. I've had it running for hours during calls and video edits, and the only sound I hear is the occasional fan spin up when I push it hard. Nothing like the constant whir of a traditional desktop. Another thing worth mentioning is the build quality. GEEKOM didn't cut corners here. The metal chassis feels solid, and the thermal design keeps temperatures in check even under load. I've seen mini PCs throttle when pushed too hard, but this one stayed cool and stable throughout my tests. Plus, it comes with a 3-year warranty, which is rare for mini PCs and gives you some peace of mind if something goes wrong. Now, let's talk about the downsides. First, while the Ryzen 9 is powerful, it's not a top-tier desktop CPU, so if you're doing heavy 3D rendering or running multiple high-end GPUs, this might not be the best fit. Also, the compact size means you're limited in upgrade options down the line. If you're the type who likes to swap out RAM or storage every few years, you'll need to plan ahead because the upgrades aren't as straightforward as a full-sized tower. So, who's this mini PC for? If you're a remote worker, a designer, a developer, or even a light gamer who wants a quiet, space-saving machine that can handle multitasking without breaking the bank, the GEEKOM A8 Max is a solid pick. It's not the cheapest mini PC out there, but the performance, reliability, and features justify the price for the right user. If this sounds like your kind of setup, you can find the latest price and details linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.